You think he should be next in line after this fight? Because obviously he must be stepping in probably to get back in the UFC's good graces after what happened earlier this year.
I wouldn't give him the chance immediately. He needs to win one more fight.
Ahí estaba Arman también, que no, pues obviamente se le veía
cagado también. Se le veía una cara de shock cuando vio el knockout. Dijo, buah, yo iba a ser el reemplazo de este combate. Menos mal que Dios bendiga a Charles, que no le haya pasado nada, porque este iba a ser yo. Él siempre da el peso cuando sabe que no va a pelear. Siempre da el peso. Cuando él sabe que le va a tocar pelear, ahí ya da el peso y es, uy, mi espalda.
What excites me more is the fight with Paddy.
Really?
Yeah, that fight excites me even more.
Ilia Topuria or Arman Tsarukyan, if the belt wasn't on the line, who would be more satisfying for you to be fighting next, getting locked inside the cage against?
Ilia, definitely. We have a genuine dislike for each other, so I'd love to get in the cage and settle that for once.
Arman Tsarukyan is once again causing ripples within the world of MMA, this time by directly calling out Ilia Topuria on Twitter. Arman states that the newly crowned featherweight champion is ducking him and opting for the easy way out by going after Paddy Pimblett instead. One tweet was enough to turn heads throughout the world of MMA, as Arman painted himself as the much more genuine threat. He did not hold back, suggesting Topuria is picking and choosing opponents and avoiding actual competition, and that is just where the tension began to get real hot.
Ahí estaba Arman también, que no, pues obviamente se le veía
Se le veía cagado también. Se le veía una cara de shock cuando vio el knockout. Dijo, buah, yo iba a ser el reemplazo de este combate. Menos mal que Dios bendiga a Charles, que no le haya pasado nada, porque este iba a ser yo. Él siempre da el peso cuando sabe que no va a pelear. Siempre da el peso. Cuando él sabe que le va a tocar pelear, ahí ya da el peso y es, uy, mi espalda.
Arman doubled down in a recent sit-down interview with Daniel Cormier, where he didn't pull any punches regarding his disgust at seeing Paddy Pimblett step into the cage after Ilia's victory over Charles Oliveira. In Arman's opinion, the moment came across as manufactured and disrespectful, as if actual contenders such as himself were being bypassed for created drama. He expressed irritation that sport was being overshadowed by entertainment, point that Pimblett has not deserved the attention Topuria is giving him.
Now you're going to find yourself back in the #1 contender position. But after the fight, Topuria starts to call everybody out. He called you out, he called Gaethje out, he called Paddy out. Paddy was the one, though, that walked into the octagon. How did he become the one that got into the octagon and it wasn't you who was the #1 contender?
It was a Joe Rogan mistake, called a Paddy to come to the octagon. I was surprised, but when Dana said it shouldn't be like that, I said, okay, hopefully he's not fighting for the title.
Were you upset when you were watching that? Like, as you see Paddy Pimblett, it's hard to erase the visual of that. In people's minds, they saw Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria in the octagon like Paddy was the next guy.
20-30 minutes I was of course upset, because I said this is not sport, this is WWE. They can do whatever they want to do.
Nonetheless, Arman clarified, this is not an attack on the skills of Paddy Pimblett personally. He recognized Paddy has potential, but feels he's yet to be proven at the top level. Arman maintained that if Paddy wants to be seriously considered, he must face a proven fighter like Justin Gaethje, rather than cutting in line to a title fight. In Arman's view, a battle with a fighter like Gaethje would truly be the proving ground, not a bout against Ilia that smells of promotional expediency.
I mean, Paddy, he's a good fighter, but he doesn't deserve to fight for the title. He cannot jump ahead of me and fight for the title.
So do you think it should be you versus Ilia, Paddy versus Gaethje?
Yes.
Chael Sonnen, always one to pipe up in the midst of fiery rivalries, took Arman's corner at first. The veteran UFC middleweight title challenger spoke up in his defense, seconding Arman's opinion regarding the validity of competition. Chael stressed meritocracy in matchmaking, stating that if that's how the standard is measured, then Arman, and not Paddy, ought to get a go. Sonnen's support gave Arman's argument more heft, stoking even more controversy in the MMA world.
And Ilia Topuria told everybody, my next fight will be against Paddy. And it doesn't matter if I win. If I lose to Charles, my next fight will be against Paddy. That's a very different call out. That's a very different challenge, because now you're really understanding his sincerity. And Paddy is at most one win away from a championship. In fact, I have always believed Paddy was one win away from a championship, that he would have one more fight, regardless of opponent. And I've always thought he'd kind of have like a Justin Gaethje-esque.
Arman didn't only complain, he became strategic. In subsequent comments, he detailed how exactly he's going to close the book on Topuria. From stylistic predispositions to cardio management, Arman said confidently that he's constructed to cancel out Topuria's explosiveness. He called himself the ideal puzzle Ilia can't crack. It wasn't bravado, it was a strategic message sent straight into the champ's ego while positioning himself as the division's nightmare draw.
It's not just wrestling, I'm a well-rounded fighter, and I'm not gonna just try to wrestle him. I'm gonna strike him, I'm gonna kick him, I'm gonna up kick him, and and like try to do. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna try to box him. I'm gonna try to do like a real MMA fight, to show him wrestling, to punch him wrestling, to show him wrestling, to kick him, and like clinch work. Yeah, I watched his first fight, and he was wrestling a little bit. He got tired so much, and he never fought with wrestlers like me, who knows like freestyle wrestling.
And then arrived the dagger. Arman upped the ante, flat out stating that Ilia is the easier challenge. That wasn't merely a diss, it was war bait. Arman asserted Topuria's unbeaten record conceals faults that would be easily revealed by a pressure-oriented wrestler like him. He cautioned fans against letting highlight reel knockouts cloud their judgment. In Arman's opinion, the moment Ilia gets claustrophobic on the mat, the hype train disappears. That controversial assertion also fueled online discussions about who the true menace is at 155.
You're confident against Ilia, huh? It's hard though, because it's undefeated.
When the fight started, I wanted to Topuria win, because for me it's easier to fight Topuria than Oliveira.
Wait,
my
I
style.
don't understand that though. I don't understand that, Arman. Like, how can you say that?
Because
Ilia is easier?
Because I like to take down people. When you take down Charles Oliveira, he still can like choke you or do submission.
He almost had you. He almost had you.
Yeah, but Topuria is gonna try to get up. He's gonna like defend. He's not gonna like, and then you can like just go like 1,000 times to take him down, because there is no problems on the ground. He's not gonna try to choke you or something,
On an appearance on the crossover program with Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, Daniel Cormier doubled down. Arman Tsarukyan is the fight to have. DC complimented Arman's resume and excoriated the UFC's skew towards spectacle rather than skill. He underscored that Tsarukyan had beaten top-level opposition and come close to beating Islam Makhachev, already demonstrating that he is a top-level fighter. DC's renewed approval put more fuel on the increasing Arman versus Ilia debate.
I don't understand how anyone can say that they should get a title shot over Arman Tsarukyan. He was the #1 contender for the last year. He was in line to fight for the belt. But if I'm Justin, I don't know that I'm fighting all those young dudes.
I 100% agree, but how else do you get to the title?
When you're getting older and you start hearing, hey, I want you to fight Paddy Pimblett. No, seriously.
Wow.
There's a lot of equity in your name.
For the purpose of, if it doesn't go your way, we build up this new guy.
Exactly. If you are smart, I have to question, what does this get me? Ilia hasn't fought any of those guys. So they're going to start putting those guys in there before they get back to JG, unless he wins one more. For Paddy Pimblett to truly make his name, he's got to beat Justin. And if it ain't Justin, then it needs to be Oliveira, Poirier, Max Holloway. You need one of those marquee victories, because that's going to put me in line for a championship.
Even Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson weighed in, expressing preference for the Tsarukyan bout while also calling for a Topuria victory. Johnson expressed that this type of technical, high-level chess bout is what people should be wanting to see. He pointed out the way both men bring different top-level tools to the cage and how it is a purist's dream fight. In Johnson's opinion, no matter where the rankings happen to be, this is the type of fight that would cement a true champion's legacy.
Like, I don't think he's just going to risk going into where Arman's good just to prove a point.
No, I think he's going to knock Arman out. I don't think he cares to wrestle with anybody. I think he's going to get himself to the right spot and try to knock everybody out.
Daniel Cormier was quick to join forces with Mighty Mouse, labeling it a stylistic war that would prove the mental and physical toughness of both men. He emphasized that Tsarukyan is due this platform and that a champion's responsibility is to shut down threats, not deny them. Having both DC and Johnson supporting the bout, fans began calling for UFC brass to weigh merit versus marketability. The list of legends lining up in Arman's corner only added to the validity of his request. But through all that commotion, Ilia Topuria isn't interested at all. He has no plans on giving Arman a chance anytime in the near future. Most believe it's not purely promotional, it could be personal. Topuria has been tight-lipped, but the frequent avoidance of mentioning Tsarukyan's name indicates something more. Whatever it is, strategy, timing, or personal distaste, Ilia made one thing certain: Arman's name isn't on his immediate agenda.
You think he should be next in line after this fight? Because obviously he must be stepping in probably to get back in the UFC's good graces after what happened earlier this year.
I wouldn't give him the chance immediately. He needs to win one more fight. He had the opportunity to fight for the title. He pulled out. I don't know for what reasons, but he pulled out. So he needs to win his shots again against, I don't know, someone. There's Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, many guys in the division that also deserve the shot. So they need to fight between each other.
Some of the tension probably has to do with Arman's past when it comes to title bouts. Most famously, he withdrew from the much-hyped bout against Islam Makhachev due to health concerns. That abrupt withdrawal left Islam apparently disappointed and skeptical of Arman's dependability. Ever since, many think that moment above all others has led matchmakers and fighters such as Ilia to have doubts about Arman's willingness to honor high-profile commitments.
Long camp, I prefer for anyone. You know, this camp we training so hard, and someone was lucky because he's not here. Nice job.
Arman, however, stood up for himself. He argued that his withdrawal was because of a vascular problem that was unknown risk if not addressed. In his view, taking a step back was an appropriate action taken to safeguard long-term health, rather than a demonstration of weakness or cowardice. He reassured fans and fighters alike that he's 100% ready now and better focused than ever. His defense was adamant, though not everyone, including Ilia, appears to buy into it.
Video that emerged of you training with Dina Marie doing the exercise, this is how you injured yourself. Is there anything to that?
No, that thing I'm doing like every day on my warm-up.
What ultimately led to you pulling out?
When I started cut weight. So because of sciatic nerve, I was cutting weight and like my back stuck when I woke up and I felt so bad I couldn't move. And we called them and doctors came and said I'll be all right in the morning. I can cut weight. So like when I woke up and I felt so bad and it's impossible to cut weight.
Later on, Dana White dropped a bombshell, publicly declaring that Arman's withdrawal was not due to medical issues and only about not being able to make weight. That declaration stirred the pot. If that's true, it would validate many fans' minds about the fact that Arman's camp might have manipulated the narrative. Dana's very candid assessment cast a different light, where the problem was not health-related, it was cold, unprofessionalism, and that sticks hard in the UFC universe.
Tsarukyan weighing in as the backup, is he getting back in the good graces with you and the...
Well, it's not about getting back in the good graces. It's about, you know, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight.
All of that considered, fans now wonder if Topuria has no interest in Arman's volatility. Many think that's why he's after Paddy Pimblett instead, a less risky and more hyped fighter. Ilia himself even confessed he hates Pimblett for real, adding a personal vendetta twist to the fight. Whether it's for convenient matchmaking or emotional reward, Ilia's interest has obviously shifted away from Arman, at least for now.
What excites me more is the fight with Paddy.
Really?
Yeah, that fight excites me even more. And if they could put that fight in Spain, in the Bernabeu Stadium,
ooh.
I know that Dana doesn't like to put the events in the stadium, but that's the only stadium in the world that they can close the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this prepared for that kind of...
How many people?
80,000. Yeah.
You get 80,000 in Spain easy too.
Yeah,
If
no
you're fighting
problem.
in Spain,
no problem.
Oh my God, that would be insane. I might have to go to Spain for that.
And a lot of people could travel.
And Paddy Pimblett isn't going down quietly either. In recent interviews, he mirrored Topuria's hate word for word, vowing to reveal Ilia's vulnerabilities and put an end to the feud once and for all. The bad blood between the two has become one of the most genuine rivalries of recent times. From trash talk to stare downs to insulting gestures, both fighters seem genuinely hungry to sort it out in the octagon, raising the ante on what could be explosive buildup.
Ilia Topuria or Arman Tsarukyan, if the belt wasn't on the line, who would be more satisfying for you to be fighting next, getting locked inside the cage against?
Ilia, definitely. We have a genuine dislike for each other, so I'd love to get in the cage and like settle that for once.
In a separate podcast, Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman weighed in on the Ilia versus Paddy rivalry, calling it a true blockbuster. Cejudo praised Paddy's charisma and crowd control, while Usman highlighted Ilia's suffocating, pressure-heavy style. Both emphasized how the fight combines elite technique with raw emotion and story. They agreed it's not just hype, it's main event worthy. Most importantly, they pointed out how rare it is for a rivalry to build this organically without any manufactured UFC push.
He mentioned Dustin, he mentioned Gaethje, he mentioned Arman, but the fight that would really make sense. Can I get a drum roll? Ilia Topuria. These guys had beef back in the day. The storyline is there, bro. They're both stars in the UFC. If I'm the UFC, I'm booking Justin Gaethje versus Islam, and then I think you do Ilia Topuria on that fight. Whoever comes out of top gets the next title shot.
You're absolutely right, Henry. If the UFC just like, hey, you know what? Let's make the biggest fight we can in that division, because Paddy the Baddy is up there as far as fame right now in that division. I like it, Henry.
So you prefer the Ilia fight?
I like the Ilia fight because if Justin Gaethje's fighting for the title, Dustin wants a retirement fight, Arman and Charles Oliveira are going to do that again. Hey, you hit the nail on the head. Guess what? Winner is ultra popular now and ready to challenge for that title.
But in a twist that changes everything, Dricus du Plessis may have accidentally confirmed what fans have been hoping for. According to a leaked schedule, Arman Tsarukyan is now set to face Ilia Topuria in a blockbuster title bout. If true, it marks a dramatic turn away from the grudge-fueled hype of Pimblett and toward the elite, top contender showdown purists demanded. The UFC finally might be paying skill ahead of show, and this fight could be one of the most technical battles in years for the lightweight division.
The fight's in August in Chicago. Yes. You wanna go?
Let's do it.
We're gonna go Miami and LA.
It's gonna be a big card.
Might as well go to Chicago.
It's gonna be a big card. The co-main event is Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's an awesome fight.
That's gonna be a sick
awesome
one.
Fight.
It's gonna be a good fight. I'm sorry, you and crazy.
If you like this breakdown and are looking for more high-speed, no-holds-barred fight analysis, hit that subscribe button and remain locked in. We're taking you the real stories, the real heat, no fluff, no hype, just fight talk that counts.